Morgan Johnson. You're listening to the Movie Raid.
It's time for the movie raid, and tonight's victim is actor Morgan Johnson that has played in the upcoming Friday the 13th Vengeance. Hello.
Hello.
What's going on?
Not much, just relaxing. A day off. I don't get those very often.
What have we been doing else in terms of project-wise? We have any new film projects, or is this your current baby at this time?
Working on a music video. Next week I'm filming 4 days on that for the artist Grant. He's an EDM artist. I'm the lead in that, and then the Friday the 13th coming in for March, but right now that's all I've got scheduled.
Well, other projects like, what was it, I Don't Believe in Ghosts, that was in 2018, correct?
We filmed that in 2013, 2014. Life kind of got in the way, and I just finished a post-production on it not too long ago, and I haven't released it or anything. We're hoping to plan some sort of a screening coming up here for it. That was a film that I wrote and directed, and I acted in it, and actually really got to know my now wife during the production of that film.
So having to juggle these types of job positions, I mean, what is this what makes you really lean toward that? Because I noticed that no one likes to do producing tremendously well. They like to do either acting or directing or both of two. It's usually that.
You know, I actually really enjoy the pre-production side of filmmaking, the creativity of making the story into film. You know, taking a good script and picking out the certain details that are going to make that film pop. I really enjoy that aspect of it. I love acting, I love directing, I love writing, I love editing, I love every aspect of filmmaking. I think some of the most creative aspects of it are from the pre-production, producing part of it.
If you're doing it yourself, of course, it's even more fun because, you know, you don't have like 5-10 other people under you. You have to advise everybody. How's this? How's this? Oh, we got to change that. Oh, we just changed that 5 minutes ago.
No, I totally understand. But sometimes those are the best meetings, though, when you can sit down with a group of creative minds and just discuss individual topics. And when I do that, I like to 100% get everybody's opinion and then take a little bit of everybody's opinion and turn it into one idea. I think that's how you can come up with the best stuff. I think if you're very narrow-minded about a creative process and the idea that you have in your head, you're not going to come up with the best product. I think absorbing all of those other ideas that others have is how you're going to get the best product. It's a brutal business when it gets to that point when you're looking for investors and distributors and stuff, but I don't know. I do it more because I just love it. I just love every aspect of it. You know how people say you guys keep looking until you find your passion? Well, this one just kind of hit me like a truck, and ever since I just haven't been able to stop.
What kind of actor do you label yourself as in terms of when you go do other parts? I mean, everybody does all kinds of parts. Some people want to be, of course, there's a stereotype, but what would you consider yourself when you look at yourself in the mirror, when you see yourself on a photograph? What type of actor do you consider yourself? Yeah, this is what I could definitely be.
And, you know, it's a difficult question because I really try hard to portray multiple different types of an actor, whether it's, you know, dramatic or comedic or whatever. I'm always cast as a cop and very stereotyped, sorry, that typecast and everything as a cop, but I can see myself, if I could choose the type of actor that I would want to be, what I would enjoy most would be comedic.
Do you think you'll make it a lot more in terms of popularity, or do you think this is just something you're going to put there first, but then also going to add other areas that you think you might be even better at?
As far as popularity, it's whatever. It's more of what I would enjoy. I think I would enjoy being a comedic actor the most. I love a good drama, you know, dramatic role. Those are fun. I like being able to channel the bad guy. I've done a few films where I got to be like a really, really bad guy. Not only is it really challenging as far as being an actor, you can learn a little bit about yourself, like where you're channeling these angers and types that you're using for the role. Years ago, I played Killer on one of those Discovery Channel reenactment shows. I really had to channel some dark places for the scenes. Like in the scenes, like I killed my whole family, and it was terrible. But the worst part about it is that it was a true story. And while I'm doing it, trying to remember that really happened, and people lost their loved ones, and I'm reenacting this person. Like it was tough. It was really challenging. That was probably one of the harder roles I think I've had because of that.
And then speaking of which, in film, actors always come through all kinds of different decisions, all kinds of choices, and everything else in between, and it can be very difficult. Do you think action over choice is actually better?
I'm not sure. It's like everything I've ever done after I've watched it, I've always looked at it and it's like, oh, you know what, I should have done this, I should have done that. And I think what happens in the moment is what is best. You know, you in the moment, you really got to kind of clear your mind and be that person and do your thing. Otherwise, I think you're just going to completely screw it up. I'm definitely not a method actor, like in between takes or whatever. I'll kind of go in and out of character. Obviously, depending on the scene or the emotions in the scene, I feel like I'm lucky to be able to do that, to kind of step away from it for a second, and then to go back to it. I know a lot of people who, when they get on set, they're that character until they're off set. My wife acts, and she's actually that way. And when she's on set, I can't even really talk to her because she's so focused. I'm definitely not that way at all.
Yeah, some people just really uses the word method acting like it's a dirty word. I mean, sometimes it almost sounds offending in some ways. I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I mean, it all depends who it is. It all depends how you want to do it. You come on the set,
Exactly.
you be the character, and you come off the set. You can snap out of it or take it with you, which is also dangerous at times. But at the same time, it's really not so bad trying to be in this character. But whatever fits your preference in terms of what you're trying to go for. I mean, if it's like a comedy, okay, then you're just going to be screwing around all the time within this character.
Right. And I think, being a method actor is more just being in a deep state of focus. I think when the method actor can get kind of dangerous and mess with your head a bit is when outside of work, outside of set is when you're still in that focus and you kind of let it take control. Very much like that Daniel Day-Lewis kind of thing, where he got psychological issues from living out in the woods for 6 months and portraying characters like that.
But when it comes to the films, like actors, do you think actors should be a lot more cautious now and more safe in terms of what project they should choose, and how it reflects in terms of support by the studio?
I've definitely become a lot more choosy on the projects that I do over the last few years. I remember when I first got started, I was just so excited about acting. I would take anything. A lot of those things that I took, filmed, and then I've never seen them. I don't think they've ever been released. And because of that, I have become a lot more choosy, and I do a little bit more research into who I'll be working for as far as, have they released films. And I think that is important, because if you are going to be spending your time with the process of, acting and creating these films, I think it's important that those films get released and are shared with the public so people can see your work. And so I think it is important that the actors are a little bit choosy in who they decide to work for.
Yeah, and oftentimes, of course, studios want to get that product out. They use, actors that are, part of the product, money-wise, all this, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is like, are these actors getting support? Are the investors giving any kind of support aside from they want, get their money back eventually? And when it comes to performing into genres, one specific genre of your choice, how do you think it's going to affect an actor over time performing just in this genre? How do you think it's going to affect them in terms of future work?
I think that is an important question, actually, because in the Seattle area, we do have a floating horror genre, like psychological thriller horror genre. That it feels like 75% of the films that are produced in this area are of the horror genre. It makes it difficult as an actor constantly submitting to these horror films when you're trying to develop a reel that can show your versatility of, I can be the funny guy, I can be the serious guy, I can be the cop, and so putting together a reel and it's just a bunch of different horror films, it really doesn't show a whole lot of what you can do. Even if it seems like out of your comfort zone, at least give it a shot and see what you can do, because if it's something completely different that you've ever done, that's going to look good on your reel. Or if somebody sees you in a different light than the scary bad guy and you're the wholehearted family man, I think it's really important to try and do as many different genres as you can.
Speaking of genre, how about we dive into Friday the 13th Vengeance that you're currently in? How did you actually got approached to wanting to do this particular project? I mean, are you a fan yourself, or are you just studying up, or you just happen to just love this type of genre in film?
I do love the slasher genre, the horror genre. I auditioned for the role, it was like last August. I stopped posting on Facebook, I believe it was, and I submitted then. And I didn't hear about it until probably about just a month ago. I definitely am a Friday the 13th fan. I've always been a fan. I remember just being a little kid watching the film. When I saw that they're producing it in this area, I got really excited because, it seems like a different type of film for the area. It's still in the horror genre, but a lot of a more, I'd say, give them like a psychological type. Not very many slasher type films in this area. The fact that it has the Friday the 13th name attached to it, and the names in the movie is C.J. Graham, Steve Dash, and everything. It looked like an amazing opportunity. So when they approached me to take the role of Deputy Forrester, I was all for it. I couldn't have been more ecstatic.
Now, who do you play as in this one, or if you're allowed to talk about your role a little bit?
I'm pretty sure my character name is Deputy Forester. IMDb, I think my character name is Aftermath Deputy. I don't know a whole lot about my role. I'm filming 2 days in March coming up here. Pretty sure it's towards the end of the film after something big happens. That's about all I've been told so far. Yeah, no, I recently just found out about my role, so I'm enjoying the process so far. It seemed like a really good group of people. I've worked with a couple of them before, like Cameron Price, who's a deputy, and Ray Hopper. I've been talking with Jules Teresa a lot. She's been kind of giving me some knowledge about the film and how things are going, keeping me updated. Jason Brooks from time to time. A bunch of really good people. I'm really looking forward to working with them.
Now, is this the best production so far in terms of where everyone is actually on really good terms, in terms of the utmost positive attitude and working together?
I think they definitely are all on the same page. Everybody is very excited for the film. Everybody involved in the film has been very supportive of the film as far as making sure to keeping up with their social media and posting like these movie-rated interviews, sharing them with everybody and updates with the film. And they're very on top of as far as their marketing and everything. And I think because everybody is so helpful and supportive, of course, the film will be very successful.
Oh, I think it will too, man. And I love the fact that this group of people are actually marketing their own actors. I mean, to me, I don't see a tremendous amount of that. I mean, of course you promote the film, of course you promote like who's actually in it, but I mean, they're actually promoting them and spreading the word of, this is who we got, and who they're playing as, and these guys are just always like you said, they're always constantly posting on Facebook and stuff. These guys are always up and up on what's up with Friday the 13th Vengeance.
Yeah, they're 100% on top of it. I'm not sure who's in charge of their online presence, their marketing, or whatever, but they're doing an amazing job. I think there's like 40 or 50 different cast members, and I think they've introduced 95% of them, and they're 100% on top of that. I'm really looking forward to it. And I've been following the Friday the 13th Vintage fan page. Just the amount of followers they have and fans of the entire Friday the 13th franchise who are behind this film and willing to support it is really inspiring to see. They're watching a film, they're going to be watching a film, but they don't know any of the actors, they don't know what these people have done, but they're putting so much work into it, and they're fans of the franchise. They're 100% behind it, and it's just really cool to be a part of a film with that. I've never been a part of a film that has a following before it's been released like that. And we've got some really good producers on the film. I know Sean Lautis, I worked with him on Beloved Beast, is one of the producers, and I've been seeing all the construction they've been doing on set and everything, and it looks like he's given it his all to make this like the best production that we could ever have. Really excited to see what happens with it. I can't wait to get on set, and I'm hoping that the success that this film has brings a little bit of attention to the Pacific Northwest, tell other people, what we can do in this area. It's always exciting seeing, the bigger films come and film in this area, and the whole Film in Washington campaign is very highly supported here. Every year people go down to Olympia and they rally for a greater film incentive, and seeing all those people go down there and try and support the film community here is really inspiring. I think we've got a good group of people up here who know what they're doing, some very talented people, and I think with the right attention that a lot more film and stuff will come in this area. And no, we're very lucky this day and age with the internet and social media and the technology available, being able to share our projects and being able to go and just film something on a cell phone if you wanted and upload it to YouTube and share it with hundreds of people. We're pretty lucky right now.
Go ahead and plug in anything that you want to promote, any websites, any release dates, or anything that just recently came out, whether last year or recent.
I would like to plug Beloved Beast. Beloved Beast is a film I played Officer Paul Delaware in. We just had a premiere this last October. It's like a fantasy horror slasher film filmed by Jonathan Holbrook, who's writer-director. He acted and he did everything in that film. He's a brilliant mind, one of the best in the Pacific Northwest. The film got picked up by Lionsgate and will be receiving a domestic theatrical distribution, but worldwide VOD and DVD, Blu-ray, that kind of stuff. It's a film I'm really proud of. I had a pretty fun role of playing like the goofy rookie cop in it, and I worked with a lot of amazing people and made a lot of new friends on that film. Yeah, it's just something I'm really proud of. Beloved Beast comes out this year, this spring, is what I've been told.
There you have it, everybody. That is actor Morgen Johnson.
Thank you very much for having me. This was a lot of fun.